Hello and welcome back to One Piece at a Time. My name is Killian. I'm here with my handsome co-host Richard. Richard, say hello to everyone.
We started? What?
Yes, I hit record.
Hello.
We're starting.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing? It is Christ, we're in August already. Oh my God.
Wednesday too. We were a bit busy this
Ah,
week, so we didn't record it the Wednesday.
true.
Mm.
My fault. Killian's entirely blameless
I, I wasn't
in
available
relation
yesterday,
to.
but you weren't
Well,
available
yeah.
yesterday. Neither of us are available yesterday, so I feel I can take some fault there. I'll share the fault with you, Richard.
Yeah, that's nice. I don't want to be the scapegoat.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I got sunburnt yesterday, so my back's feeling a little bad. How's the weather there? It's finally cooled down now for you, yeah?
Yeah, we've had thunderstorms and thunder showers the last couple of days.
We
It's
had to. The heat's ramped up recently, but it can just rain really heavily, really quickly. And there was one day that there was lightning. Coincidentally, the same day there was a big earthquake, which felt a bit up a dick.
oh,
Yeah.
did I? Yeah, I thought I heard. Did I read about that in the news? And I was like, oh, I wonder if Killian died.
Wow.
Did anyone die?
Did you
Were
contact
there
me to ask
casualties?
me if I did? I think about like 20 people died.
No, I'm sorry. Japan's pretty used to earthquakes though these days, I'd imagine.
Those
At least
people
for
that
the
died
minor
are
ones.
those people that died aren't used to it.
Well, no, but
You
structurally.
didn't mail me to see if I was okay.
No, no, I didn't.
Uh,
I
but yes,
I remember
Japan.
thinking about it, but I didn't actually. I got distracted by something. What was it? I got a VR headset, so I got distracted and I went and I played some Beat Saber on that instead.
That is
So
something worth being distracted about. When you come visit me,
it
bring that
is.
with you.
I will. It's so fucking good, man. I love it. I
Although
love
I
it
played
so
one
much.
once and I got kind of motion sickness from it.
See, that's the thing. I get motions. I'm getting old, so I go back and I play like a first person shooter. I get motion sickness for like the first couple of hours until I get used to it, which never happened before. But I've had no experience of that whatsoever whilst playing VR, which I
Mm.
was really worried about when I bought it. I thought motion sickness would be a severe problem, but for whatever reason, that just zero hasn't happened
Well,
at all.
that's great, because if
Yeah,
you got it and then you're like, oh, wait, I don't like this at all. How much does this cost me? That would be a terrible situation, which I think a lot of people have been put in. That's why it hasn't like actually taken off like immensely.
yeah,
As it's like we used to think of it as the next step in gaming, but it turns out, nah, it's kind of niche.
yeah. It
Um,
is. I'm trying to see what actual games they have for it, but right now Beat Saber is more than enough to keep me entertained.
just to cycle back there for a second about Japan earthquake integrity. I teach English online occasionally, and once one of the more interesting people I had a class with once was a guy from Turkey whose job was like calamity proofing the country, the world, the country. I don't know. His job involved like risk assessment of natural disasters and like budgeting where the money for stuff goes. And he was
Right.
saying like, yeah, Japan is like the forefront of that. It's Japan's great, and like Turkey, his country, is awful, and it's one disaster away from just completely collapsing if they get an earthquake there or something at some
I
point.
mean, didn't wasn't there a pretty catastrophic earthquake in Turkey like I want to say last year, 2 years ago?
I talked to this guy about 2 or 3 years ago, so it might have happened like right after I talked to him. I don't get much news from Turkey. But yeah, like the severity of an earthquake and how many people it kills in this day and age is pretty firmly down to the government and how well you kind of prepare for these things. Now, thankfully,
Yeah,
Ireland. Huh?
it was in 2023.
Oh, this must have been
60,000 people died.
wow. And how strong was that in the Richter scale?
It was a 7.8.
That's about the same as the one last week in Japan. The one last week was upper sevens. So like Look, if you work in a country, if you live in a country that gets earthquakes, this should be the main issue of your politics, you know? Like 20 people dying versus 60,000, that's so much preventable death. You got to get your politicians to get your shit in order and build buildings that don't fall down when the ground shakes. Not a problem for Richard. He lives in a country that never shakes or moves and doesn't really get any hurricanes, no volcanoes. Ireland is an incredibly safe country when it comes to nature. The only thing that'll kill you is the constant rain.
Yeah, and that's not likely to happen. Um, yeah, we're kind of the
Happened to
sweet
George
spot.
Boole, famous mathematician, died because it rained. He went out without.
George Boole died from the rain.
Yes, he did. He was always complaining about the Irish weather. He lived in Cork, and he went out without his hat once, and it rained heavily, and he got pneumonia and like, died a week later.
I don't think they catch it from the rain itself.
Well, I think it's related. Didn't help.
Maybe.
But point is, a magical mathematical mind died because of the rain. That's the story that makes sense to me, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. He's the one
Hmm.
responsible for Boolean logic, which is now the basis of like computing systems, even though he predated them. Anyway, let's get into One Piece. Enough of our random talk. Last week we were still in the fight with Arlong, but maybe finishing now. The last thing was a pretty dramatic moment where Arlong's shit talking Nami, and Luffy didn't take kindly to that. Luffy's put on his serious face. So I guess in the following chapter, Luffy's about to give Arlong a beatdown. We shall see. It's chapter
Which
93.
it's 93. Okay. Are we sure? 47?
I'm fairly sure. Yes, because last was Dom grabbing the sword, and then Morgan beating up the Marine guy, who our
Oh
subscriber lied
yeah,
to
yeah,
us
yeah.
about the importance of. Our subscriber said this was a new important Marine character, and then he's like, nah, I lied. Morgan kills him immediately, or at least knocks him down. So, could
See,
this be
I
the
think
second death in One Piece we've seen of a named character?
I don't know if he dies, but I think Vice Admiral Garp might be important because
You
I
think
haven't
he
seen the
double
live
bluffed?
action. Yeah, I think it's a double bluff because I haven't seen the live action, but I know that there is a I don't know if it's an admiral, but there is a Navy character who has some kind of early introduction, like
Like,
in the
like
first couple of episodes. You kind of follow him doing stuff.
that,
Pretty
like
sure.
Morgan. That sounds like Morgan.
No, I don't think it's Morgan. Other than Morgan, like something
Kobe?
that we haven't seen.
Okay, it's something that's like unique to the live action. Like they seeded a character earlier that like
Yeah, I think
yeah.
so. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I like it when adaptations do that when it works. Yeah. Uh well, okay, well maybe. Well, I think I still don't think we've caught up to the first season of the live action. So maybe in 2 years we can watch the live action and confirm that whether that's true or not.
Yeah, we get there eventually.
Yeah, well, we are steadily moving, 93 chapters. We're getting close to that 100. All right. Anyway, let's get into it. So first page. Clang! My shark saw. Oh yeah, it's a saw, not a sword. What do you think Nami is anyway? She's an excellent cartographer, even if she is an inferior species. Compared to the rest of you humans, vermins, she's quite intelligent. She's rather like a spirited kitten, a charming one. Nami will continue to draw sea charts from me in this room forever. I'll feed her. I'll buy her all the beautiful clothes she wants. She will want for nothing. I don't like that line. All the clothes she wants, she will want for nothing. Doesn't flow well. Uh,
That flows. What do you mean? That flows beautifully.
well, he's saying want in two consecutive sentences as the verb.
Yeah, that's emphasis. Come on, man. What are these? What is this crude? You can't repeat yourself.
All the beautiful clothes
Rule.
she desires, she will want for nothing. I would prefer that.
No,
Okay, I'm
no.
sorry, repetition needs to be used very surgically in writing. Anyway,
Nah, I
and
think it works. No, no, nah. You're wrong. You're wrong.
all
I
she
think it
has to
works
do is the
beautifully.
thing she loves best. Okay. After all, we're shipmates. Okay. One bit of lore we're getting dropped here. Nami Arlong buying clothes for Nami. So Is this Arlong just like being a misogynist and assuming that's what women want? Or is Nami into fashion and she actually does spend some of the money she's been saving to be like with the most fashionable, latest silk gowns? And do they have silk
Um,
production in this world?
uh, I think that yeah, it is just maybe a slightly sexist assumption on Arlong's part. Um, but from what we've seen of Nami, okay, no, from what we've seen in the story, no, I don't think she's fashionable. But what we've seen from the various, well, then again, what am I saying? They're all kind of fashionable when you look at the related artwork from like the different parts, you know?
But that artwork for that volume certainly kind of sells the idea,
Well,
huh?
even
Okay.
that, even the previous one where they had like the fancy, like they were like a like a black tie kind of get up. They were at like
Well,
a ball or
I
something.
guess a better question here might be, which would we prefer for Nami's character? That she doesn't really care about it and it's just characterizing Arlong this line, or that Nami is a woman and she actually does like this stereotypical woman thing of nice clothes and she does buy herself a pretty dress because she's had a pretty fucking horrible life and she needs something to cheer herself up. I actually
Yeah,
kind
I
of like the
think
latter.
yeah, I know. I think you could integrate this well, as in she grew up uh lacking or
Yeah.
wanting for things, to use
Yes.
the phrasing you don't like.
I,
Um,
I didn't
uh,
have the problem with the phrasing, just directly after that other line.
mhm.
Just don't say it
Um,
in your next sentence and you're fine.
want. Um, but yeah, I think that'd be a nice way to integrate it into her character, as in has wants because she had lacks or she lacked growing up.
So,
You know, it's not the most.
okay. My head canon now. Nami is into fashion. She's into the clothes. She wants the nice things in life because she
Yeah.
deserves the nice things in life. That being said, this line is probably fluff and will never be referenced again for Arlong or Nami's characterization.
That's true.
The,
Yeah.
the One Piece fashion industry is probably not a thing. We'll continue to see lovely designs, but I don't think we'll see them framed in such a way as a
We won't see
cultural
the
thing.
production. We won't see the production lines or
No.
the.
Hey, what happened to Luffy? What's going on up there? What? Wow. Okay. I feel that's a bit strange there. So naturally, we get a shot outside of people wondering what's going on, but then
Yeah.
Arlong's what? Like the way it's blocked kind of makes me feel like that's a reaction to what the people said out there, even though it shouldn't get that reaction. But no, it seems to be a reaction to Luffy trying to kick him, and that first panel has
Uh,
nothing to do with the rest of this page.
yeah, yeah. It kind of reads like he's distracted by someone just shouting, which would be strange.
Yeah.
But that is the way it scans.
Yeah, it's kind of micro criticisms there. Hey, what's that? Gasp, boom. It's a desk. Oh, it's just a desk. Phew, I was afraid it was Luffy. Geez, partner, don't you have any faith in him? What? You thought the same thing, Johnny? No way, I thought it was Arlong. Oh. So Nami's recognizing this desk so she knows what room they're fighting in? That's what I would assume, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, has to be.
Twang, twang. Blast you! What are you doing? Okay, Luffy's attacking the scrolls. He's attacking Arlong's possessions. He had an idea like this earlier with the crew members, didn't he? Crash, crash, Luffy! Boom, Kabul. So, Nami's reaction is probably like, oh, he's doing this for me. It's probably positive towards Luffy, but part of her brain might be thinking, oh, I spent so long making those maps. Is he destroying them? That's so much wasted effort. I'm gonna have to do all that again.
Yeah, like Luffy, your plan is to beat Arlong, right? So that's gonna happen regardless. You don't have to destroy the maps to do that.
The maps did nothing wrong.
We could use the maps ourselves afterwards.
Well, the maps are a benefit to humanity as a whole. Pirates, and good doers alike. Huh?
Yeah.
What's that stuff going down? This will be your room from now on. Your desk, your pens, everything you need is right here. Croosh, crack, crack. You lousy jerk! Twoosh. So, like, this whole Nami lives in this room thing, like, even though her cartography has been established, I kind of feel like this is an element that's only just being introduced because we've encountered Nami on a different island first in the story, and we know she
Hmm.
raises money to buy the village back. So is it like she lives in this room for half her time making maps, and then Arlen allows her to go out and do pirating, and where she steals
Yeah,
money?
I suspect so. Yeah.
Because like my first kind of assumption would be that going out and pirating is how she makes the maps. She goes out and gets the data herself, by visiting these islands and drawing them. But no, they did say like last chapter that it's the fishman who gathered the data for her. So I feel like there's
Hmm.
a bit of a kind of a not
It's
not
a
a plot
little.
hole or not a contradiction, but a bit of a like conf twist on like my expectations of what I expected in a way. I don't know what literary term to use for describing this, but it feels like it's not really what was set up before.
I think it's just a bit of a confusion in the writing, to be honest.
Yeah,
It is just kind of strange with how we've been what we've been led to believe so far.
yeah.
Like if it was Nami kind of waxing about, being kept in a cage or something, then
Well,
okay, yeah.
well,
But
she did wax about wanting to be free in general, but not a cage specifically. It's more a philosophical freedom of choices in life and not having your
yeah,
friends and family members die,
as
rather
opposed to
than
being
I am
literally
physically.
confined to a room.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's spiritual freedom she seems to be yearning for now, but now we're suggesting she is like actually physically detained for a good portion of the time.
yeah.
Unless it's like a change in Orlong's plan. Now he plans to physically detain her, but now we get this flashback saying like, this is your room. So
Mm.
maybe as a kid, she spent a lot of time in this room. When she matured, she told him, "Oh, I need to get that money, so I want to go out pirating and it'll help with the thing." And Arlong's like, "Okay, so it's going to be a
Yeah,
return to the first few years we were pirating." That's what would make the most sense to me, but it does feel like it's a bit of a muddled point the way it's been presented to us.
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Tut tut blast my charts! Oomph, my sea charts! You nasty girl, you can't fool me. You drew this chart wrong on purpose. Thud crash. Here's the new information. Now get cracking on those charts. And don't leave this room until you're done. Got that? Well, don't leave this room means she can technically leave the room. Uh,
I mean, yeah, I mean that the slave can go back to their quarters when they're done working. It's not,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Curse you! You're destroying 8 years of Nami's work! And Aram's got Luffy by the throat. Bellamer, Nojiko, Bwahahaha! Go! That's some fight. Thank you. What is it? What's going on? It's over? You've sealed your fate, rubber boy! He's biting into Luffy's neck. I wonder if we get
Oh
anything that
yeah.
visceral in like the cartoon and the live action, because like that's pretty. It's kind of hardcore. Like it's a proper chomp.
Yeah.
Ah, I don't care how the great fishmen are. I don't care about sea charts or any of that. Okay, well, Luffy, you should care at least a little about sea charts. Your profession does require you to go out into the ocean, and sea charts
You
are
do have
an integral
you do
part of
have to find yeah, he has to find the Grand Line at some point.
it.
So presumably they don't know where that is.
You don't want to just die at sea from starvation. That stuff
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything to me, but I finally figured out how to save her. Crack! So he throws Arlong off despite getting his what's what's the vein in the neck or the artery in the neck called? Pulmonary? Is
Beats
it
me.
pulmonary vein? Pulmonary
No, a
vein?
pulmonary is your heart, right?
Yeah. Yes, that's the vein going to the heart. Uh Aortic. The uh aortic vein. Aortic artery should be. Well, the aortic, even though he's got his aortic ripped out. Anyway, don't look it up now, Richard. We need to go to it.
No, I'm not.
The problem is this room. She hated being stuck here. I'm gonna smash it to smithereens. Okay. In addition to like uh Luffy's like, well, in addition to this being trapped in this room, just being introduced now, Luffy's logic here feels almost animalistic in its simplicity. It reminds me of like the ending of Game of Thrones, where the dragon melts the chair, and
Yeah.
people argue like, okay, So does the dragon understand the symbolism of feudalism, or does the dragon say pointy thing killed her, destroy pointy thing? Because it seems like
Yeah.
Luffy's going for that pointy thing logic, you know? Sorry for spoilers about the end of Game of Thrones, but don't worry, the ending's not great, so don't worry too much.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
But like this room makes her sad, I will destroy the room. Like
Yeah. Or is this room symbolically and
like is this the depth of Luffy's thinking?
uh,
Is this actually him using his full brain cell to think of this? Because I don't think Luffy's that stupid. Now, it's a symbolic gesture in his part, right? But then again,
yeah.
part of me thinks yes, he is. That he
But
is
look,
being
it
completely
works. It works
literal.
on both levels. It is both literally her cage and symbolically her cage.
It
So
does work on both levels. I'm just
yeah.
worried. I'm just wondering if Luffy realizes that. Uh,
Uh,
anyway, Gum Gum. Crash! Get away from those charts! No, puny human! Crack, crack. Can bring down Arlong Park. Shark! Okay, what was the Gum Gum? Did he say what the Gum Gum was? Is it Gum Gum Crash?
I don't think we got the.
He hasn't finished yet because there's quite a bit of dialogue between him saying it.
Well, yeah, he's bringing his foot down, right? You can see it in the top panel there. His foot is
Yeah.
going way up, so he's like smashing it down, presumably to crash down the whole building, like on top of
Okay.
itself.
Okay, next page, Arlong's doing Tooth Drill, which seems like an attack made for the video games. I bet that appears in this one panel, but like it's his main technique in the video games. It's like a rushing forward attack, and it's like his best thing that
Mm.
he does. Bam! Whoa! Battle axe! Okay, Gum Gum Battle Axe. Took us 2 pages. Joink! Gah! Tomb! Crack! 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 Ah! Gah! Sorry, this I hope you're reading along with the manga in your hand when you watch this, because without us showing visuals on screen, some of these
Yeah,
moments might not have the same impact.
we would love to show you the panels as we read it, but that is not allowed under copyright law.
That is
So
illegal.
use your
Ah, woo,
imagination.
woo, boom, boom. What's going on? Crash, snap, woof, whoosh, woo. Okay, what is going on here? It seems the attack hit Arlong. It seems Luffy was aiming to destroy the building, but the building's pretty sturdy, and instead he just knocked Arlong down like a bunch of floors. Is that what you're
Yeah,
getting
so
from this?
Arlong's tooth drill kind of latched himself onto Luffy, and then when his foot came down, yeah, he pushed him down through what, several floors.
Yeah. And now maybe the house is going to collapse on top of him, and that'll be the end of Arlong.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah,
the
definitely.
shock was too much for Arlong's park. This is crazy. Title drop. It's gonna collapse. Watch out, everybody. Get back. Nami, come on. But Luffy's still in there. I think a collapsing building is probably the least lethal thing to Luffy we've seen all day.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, like, is that any threat to Luffy? Like, I don't know what can hurt Luffy at this stage in the manga, to be honest. Like, he gets hurt from Arlong biting his shoulder, sure, but like a bunch of masonry falling on him,
Well, like, he does need to
I don't know.
breathe, so he could be suffocated perhaps if they don't get to him in time.
Well, no, but he could just like snake his head out, like and up
Yeah, I guess another
up to the
threat could be
top.
that the park is built on top of water, isn't it? Because like he threw him into the water. That wasn't like a pool. Like that, it seems to be maybe.
Well, I mean, the park's an island,
I mean, like I
so
feel
like
like
I
the
mean,
building is structurally over some kind of pool, underground pool, or like it was above ground pool until they built over it. So I'm saying Luffy might fall into water, is what I'm saying. You know, for
yeah,
like
possibly.
yeah. Oh, that's the end. Okay, that's a climactic end.
Mm.
Now I have been enjoying this fight. But God, I hope this is the end of Arlong. So I am ready to move on to
I
something else.
I really doubt that. I really doubt that.
Well, you think it's gonna be like another two more chapters? You just can't get up after this?
I
It's
don't
pretty
think we'll see the
climactic.
end of Arlong till the end of this volume, to be honest, or at least close enough to the end of it.
Maybe, but like that's a pretty climactic ending there that we just saw, right?
Right, but yeah, but I mean, from what we've seen of how strong Arlong is, I wouldn't expect this to finish him. Like,
Well, he's been
it
through
would hurt him.
He's been through
But
quite the rigors of all the fighting already, no?
yeah, but he's a fish man. They're like
The
made
superior
of
people.
stern stuff. Yeah, the
Right.
master race.
Well, we'll find out next week. For now, we have more quarters. Why don't you take us through that, Richard? Explore the place
We
while
do.
I
We
try to
have
figure out how I can rotate this. Ah, there's the rotate button. Why didn't I find that last week?
the men's quarters. I can't remember what we had last time. What do
Last
we
time was the
have?
lounge.
We have a wardrobe. We have a sofa, which is in parentheses for relaxing and comfort, which is, for
A
people that
given.
don't have a sofa or don't know what a sofa is, that's a nice little bit of extra information. Then we have a coffee table, also in parentheses for relaxing and comfort. What do we got? We got the mast. We got like little steps up, I think. So you can climb up the mast up to the next level.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can open the this end. We got grog and water casks. We have bedroom and lounge for Luffy, Zoro, Usopp, and Sanji. Messy, but that's okay because it's for men. Yeah, not
So,
sure what
so
I
they
think of
live
that.
here. The men's quarters were oh yeah, of course, the men's quarters is where they live.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, where they quarter. We got hammocks for guests, five of them. We got an emergency exit, which connects to the women's quarters. And then we have washing equipment, and each man does his own laundry, apparently, which is good to know.
Okay. So I'm wondering if we'll ever see the emergency exit to the women's quarters. That feels like it'll pop up at some point. Surely we're gonna have some kind of arc set on the ship or some kind of
I would like, I would
miniature
like to see
storyline.
yeah, I would like to see an entire kind of arc or mini storyline just set on the ship. Like you'd have to.
Yeah.
It's too good of an opportunity not to do that.
But I'm a bit confused about the living situation now because I thought those hammocks is where they sleep, but they say that's for guests. Where are they sleeping? There's other rooms
Uh,
adjacent to this, is there?
that's maybe you don't sleep in the quarters. Maybe the quarters is just where you hang out. I don't know.
But we have here like a little kind of at symbol saying bedroom and lounge for Luffy, Zoro, Usopp, and Sanji. Messy, but that's okay because it's for men. Bedroom and lounge. So I feel like it is a bedroom.
Maybe there's more than five hammocks here.
Okay, maybe
There's
there's
five
eight
hammocks for
hammocks.
guests. Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I'm only seeing four hammocks myself.
Yeah, but
From
look,
what?
this isn't the most detailed picture in the
Yeah,
world
so
either. So
perhaps there's eight hammocks there, so it's maximum capacity of eight hammocks, and so currently there's five for guests. Is that? Yeah,
hmm.
it's three boys. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I
yeah.
think that's
Okay,
fair.
yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, I feel like that's it for this week. Do you have any final comments?
I mean, yeah, I'm enjoying this arc, and yeah, like you said, it's a good fight. There's a little bit of viciousness to it, which I
Yeah,
quite like.
and I might have went a bit hard on like Luffy's Nami's backstory there, like critiquing, but I am enjoying it. I do like the content, even if I will overanalyze it,
Yeah,
It's
no,
I
I know,
don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I agree with
Okay.
you. I agree with you. It
These
was
are
a little
just
bit
my
muddled.
they're just my fresh thoughts as I read it for the first time. This is what you come for One Piece a week to get, these blind reactions as we puzzle out the story together.
Absolutely. That's the whole charm.
That's what we're here for. Okay, anyway, we'll see you next week. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Goodbye, everybody. Killian, I will catch you next week. Let me know if there's another earthquake in Japan, and I will give you a call and see how you're doing.
And vice versa for Ireland.
Absolutely.